How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, South! 56!
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 59, Mike. Gun. 59. We own them. Hey, Delta. We own them. Mike's 59.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. It's just me and you. It's just me. Hey, Team 6. Check Mike 11. Gun. Get him. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Let him go.
Out of the gun. It's Ryan. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now And there, his first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Squeeze, get in there. Go to its fill. Check, lucky, yep. Big air. Do faster. Yeah.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Go. Come in. 54. Right 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. Kill.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Ready. Take, read. H3, 218, chopper. Ready.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Check three. Tighten up. Go.
And that is going to be incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Ready. 14. Watch the out.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Switch. Hey, check Michael Allen.
Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
With it is Brown. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the ground, Kamara. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10.
11.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 65. 65. Ready to go.
First carry for James Conner. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
59, ready. 280. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Mike 14, Mike 14. Hey, bye. Long day. Let's get up.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 26, check 26. No. Jump. You're out. Hey, watch it.
Throwing again. Franks, flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check three. Shift. Check 31. Check red.
Operating from the gun. Franks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Free play. Like 25. Get in the right room.
The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Like 25.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, orbit. You don't want this. Check. Gun. Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and forever. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
54, down. Check right. Watching it fly. Let's go, D.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Brown. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Throwing on first down. Franks. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. He got 29 yards that time. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Check 50. Plant. Watch the pass. Hey, watch that. Check. I 7. Let's go. 54. Watch the curve. Ready, go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They come out here in the I. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check out. Fresno.
They'll try to run with Breida. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Switch. Lock it. Delta.
From the gun, Franks. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Towards the end zone for Brown. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point. Just kick the extra point, winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Again, it's Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 score.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready, ready. 10 Lobo. 54 Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Check, 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 check. Go.
On first down, Franks. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Prater to add the PAT. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score, Bengals 31, Colts nothing. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Bravo. All day.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking long for 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Franks. He goes full extension, and he's got it. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun, Franks. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Prater for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but blitz coming, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80! Check 59. Ricky. Ready to go!
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The Colts on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Toss play, Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Bengals. 41 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun. Franks. This will be caught by Brown. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. From the gun, Franks. This will be caught once again by Brown. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. Being chased out left. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. Franks trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down, ready, 25. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan, he's going to find and complete it to Renfro. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Colts send out their punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
54.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a